Hello everybody, what's up, it's Wolver here, and I'm here with you guys to do the first manga recommendations of this channel. So, Ninja hasn't exactly read Death Note yet, so, you know, he didn't want to do this pretty much. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to be going through all of the books, of the Death Note books that I have, and I'll be going through, I'll tell you guys my thoughts on them and a quick summary and such. And yeah, this should take a little under 10 minutes, so yeah, let's get started. Anyway, so we all know the basic plot of Death Note, right? It's pretty explanatory. This guy, I think it's his name is like Yagami, right? And so frankly, I like the manga better than the anime because the manga seemed like it had more action towards the last two volumes, and these ones, I really liked these volumes, and I didn't think it was that good within the last, let's say, 10 episodes of the anime. I didn't quite like it that much in here. Anyway, let's get started. So, first volume, this is Death Note Volume 1. This basically explains that, you know, this is like, he finds a Death Note one day, and, you know, his Shinigami root comes in, and he's basically trying to use the Death Note only for good. And he does seem sort of evil at times, but, you know, I don't think he is. But this shows, like, it explains how his dad's the head of the police force in Japan. And it sort of is a quick summary around his life in this volume, and, you know, it gets right to the point. It introduces L right away, and you know, the Kira case comes in, because he's known as Kira, and just introduces it right away. So that is Volume 1. Now, Volume 2 is this one shows how smart both L and Kira are, or, yeah, Muzaki and Yagami, if you will. And it shows how after like got in a conflict with the FBI agents, it shows how you know, he was smart enough to use the Death Note that he could control the death, so that all the FBI agents that were on watching suspects of being Kira, pretty much, were all eliminated by Yagami. And so yeah, and it introduces Ryuzaki, also known as L, and it basically is a big part of the story. It shows, you know, how the Ray Penbar, the FBI's wife, dies and such. And then it goes right into Volume 3, which is one of my favorite volumes of this whole series. And this is basically how, you know, he finds out that there's cameras in his room, there's cameras, and there is other stuff such as, cameras, there's bugs in his room, here's the cover of it. There's cameras, there's bugs in his room, there's all this kind of stuff, and he has to be extra cautious. And for some reason, while they're watching him, the killings are still going on, he's not doing anything, so that makes him almost completely out of the question for the suspect, Kira. And then, Misa Amane comes in. This is Misa, and she has a Death Note. This is her Shinigami Rem. And this shows how dumb and smart she is. So she is the second Kira, and she has done this idea with the Shinigami, which is they can trade half of their lifespan for Shinigami eyes, which will allow you to both see how long a person will live, their name, because you need a name and a face to write their name down in the Death Note. So it has Volume 4 right there. Volume 5. This one is basically the battle between L and Kira. It's right after they took him out of confinement for 50. They were confined for 50 days. Both Misa and their suspects of Kira. He had this great plan to, while he was in confinement, he had this great plan to he told Shinigami group that when I say these words, give it up, relieve me of the ownership of the Death Note. And that's what he did. He relieved him of the ownership of the Death Note. And then this goes place to Yatsuba company, where the next Kira is. So that it's where in the anime I started losing a little bit of interest, but it comes back, don't worry, because in volume 6 is where it starts to come back. Light, they catch the next Kira, which is really the third Kira, I think. They catch the third Kira due to Misa, saying that she was the second Kira, even though she didn't completely have her memories yet. But Rem went back to her and told her about it, right? And this captures how this Kira wasn't smart at all, and they captured him at the very end of the manga, but it then leads to this manga, which was what came back for me. So this one is the best manga in this whole series. They caught him, and when Light's plan was, when he touched the Death Note, he would get all his memories back, and he got all of his memories back, which was amazing. Quickly after, a day after they got the Death Note back, Rem kills Watari, she kills L, which was huge in the series. She kills Watari and L, who are the two detectives, pretty much, the biggest detectives of all time. And she gets them. And which is basically, it's over. Almost. It's just about over for everyone who's on L's side. Because he's dead, because you had to choose, because, the way to kill a Shimigami is to expand a human's life. And Rem expanded Misa's life by killing L, because L was pretty much going to kill Misa. If it came down to it, or Misa was going to die out of ownership of the Death Note. That's only if it came down to it, but what Rem did was a good thing. He was both getting out of the way for Misa and, Light. And here's where it started to lose me here. Mello. Now, Mello and Nier, I'm going to do volumes 8 and 9 at the same time. Mello and Nier, these guys right here. Now, they are basically L's successors. Nier's L's true successor, and Mello, I think, is almost smarter than Nier and L. But, so basically, they had a rival. See, who catch Kira first, and Mello pretty much took it too far in this one. And Nier, who is N, who winds up becoming L at the very end, is, trying to find Kira, but he already suspects that Light Yagami is Kira, which Light Yagami is fine with. And, it's just, I don't have much to say on this part. You have to read it. It's a little, yeah. Okay. Volume 10. This is my least favorite volume in the whole series. This is where it completely lost me. With there was some good stuff in here, like Light meeting with Takada, which is his old girlfriend from college, who becomes the Kira spokesman. But it sort of lost me here. Here we get to good volumes. Volume 11, right here. This is where I forget his name. It starts with an M. But this is where Light pretty much the ownership gets given to this one guy, and this guy is great. He is smart. At the very end of this, though, there was one flaw in it. He killed Takada, which messed Light up in the longer run. Now, what happened is that Mello kidnapped Takada, and Takada killed Mello with the Death Note that she had in her pocket. And this is very good. You have to read it. It's very hard to explain, but it is very good. Now, one second. Let me move this. I'm just using this as a little boosting. This is what I use to record my videos, guys. A bunch of books like that. Now, one second. Here we go. The final volume of the Death Note series, volume 12. And this Nier gets Light perfectly. He gets him in every way. They replace the Death Note that Light was gonna have his friend use to kill everyone in the room except for Light Yagami, because he made the Shinigami ideal. And this was just so great. You really have to read it. It was amazing. It shows how crazy and how good Light was. And Rook kills Light at the very end. And it shows at the very end Misa Amane committing suicide. It was just so great. Now there's a couple other things to find out the Death Note box set, as you can see. There's a couple of exclusives that came with it. Like the exclusive Death Note 13 How to Read. This shows basically all of the quick biography and such of a lot of the characters, and you know, it has a little thing at the end with Rook and a new person. I haven't actually read this yet. It is I'm trying to figure out what it's called, but it has this whole thing at the end, which I'm going to read, and this looks really good. I haven't completely read it. I've read some of the biography, but yeah. Now here's another exclusive. This is the Death Note How to Use. It comes exclusively with the Death Note box set too. This is basically all the rules of the Death Note and such. And yeah, not much to explain to this. Here is the Death Note box itself. This box is amazing. Like, look at it. So here's the artwork is magnificent. Here's the front. Here's the side, which is, oh my gosh, it's so good. The back is my favorite. I love this. It is so nice. Yagami and Rook. And then here's some Shinigami on the other side. It's just so amazing. And it opens up like this. And I'm going to repack it for you guys real quickly here. If you see in here, there's a little skull right there. And I think that's pretty cool. So here's how it goes. These two are going to go right here. This little spot. Get it in there. This, I sometimes can't fit it in there, but, you know, I fit it in there that time. Okay, so we're going to go back to the week, right? Here's Volume 1, right here. Volume 2. Volume 3. A whole bunch more of them. Volume 4. Misa. Volume 5 right here. Volume 6. 7. And you know, this is definitely one of the best manga series that I've read. You know, the anime gets a lot of credit, but the manga is spectacular. I've never really read a manga that I was so attached to before. But yeah. So here we go. Number 10. Number 11, and last but not least, if I can get it in there, number 12. So there you go, guys. That's all the Death Note. Thank you for watching this. This is my first manga recommendations, and I hope you guys will watch more. I'll be doing Aura High School Post Club in a little bit. But yeah, anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.